Lead is arguably the strongest single reagent in the entire game for killing someone. While it may not have the DPS meter of something like amatoxin or something like Lexerin, it however has no specific taste. It is completely tasteless, and it actually being a slow burn for damage is actually rather good because people who get poisoned by it may not even realize they're dying until it's too late. However, lead can only be acquired in one single way, and that is with nuclear operatives. Nuclear operatives can get lead in their Cindy juice machine, but I have literally never seen a single person ever do this. If you purchase an emag for 8 telecrystals, you can actually emag the Cindy juice vending machine, and this will let you get lead. Lead also lets you produce lick oxide. Lick oxide used to be one of the most meta fucking things in this whole game. Everyone ran around with lick oxide spears and one-hit Nukies. Well, now Nukies are really the only ones who get access to this. You can get lick oxide through food or some bullshit. I don't know exactly what it is. I think you can like throw a bowl of soup on the ground and suck it up with a syringe to get lick oxide. When you emag the Cindy juice machine, you'll actually get quite a lot of useful things. You'll get a bottle of toxin. It's not bad. Toxin's not terrible damage, but it's not as high as something like Lexerin. You get 2 bottles of this lead, which, by the way, 5 units of lead does 100 poison. Poison is really hard to heal in mass dosages, especially when you don't even know what's happening. You can't heal it on the, like, security officers just can't heal that. It comes with mute toxin, which mute toxin on its own is really just for that. It doesn't do anything else, but it makes you unable to speak if you accumulate a lot of it, and it comes with 3 bottles of packs. Just emagging the Cindy juice machine already opens up dozens of options, all of which are really, really good for stealth ops. All of these 4 toxins, I'd argue, are meant for stealth ops. Lick oxide stuns people so they can't fight you in a fair 1v1. Mute toxin makes it so they can't yell on the radio. Pax makes it so they literally can't fight you. Pax makes it so you lose harm mode, and you could even use a toxin to kill them, but the lead's better. It's such insane value for 8 TC, and you keep the emag, which you can just use to open anything. 1 bottle of lead, and if you need to get batteries for zinc, there is a free U-tool machine on board. I would just grab a flashlight or 2, and you can take the batteries out of them. Inside each one of these is a medium battery. You go back over to the chemistry area. You can plop something like a large beaker in the blender, and then you just blend up both of these power cells. You juice them more specifically, and this will actually give you 10 zinc, and you can simply make your lick oxide by dumping in the lead. Now we have 10 units of lick oxide, and this is very useful for a extremely potent, very deadly smoke bomb. So now we have 10 lick oxide in it. I would also recommend you dump 10 lead into this. Yes, lead won't kill anyone you use the smoke on immediately, but they are doomed to die if they ingest only 5 units of this, which they're going to because they're going to get stunned in the cloud, which I will demonstrate. So, to make smoke, you need potassium, phosphorus, and sugar. And you don't even need large beakers for this, so we're just going to dump 25 units of whatever one you want in here. So in my case, I'm doing sugar. And then we need another small beaker. There are small beakers for free here. You get enough to fill up both of the modular grenades. Then you just put in the final beaker the other 25 units of either phosphorus or the potassium. Just don't put all 3 in one beaker. There we go. We have just made an extremely potent, very, very deadly smoke bomb with only our emag stuff. We have used very little reagents from the agent. We are taking away nothing. You could do this in seconds, so you're not going to be stalling the round. I feel like a lot of this stuff would actually just be better in a hypo pen as stealth ops. So with the modular grenades, you can actually set their timer to only 3 seconds instead of 5, and it's very easy to count the timing of a modular grenade because you just listen for the beeps. So anyone who doesn't have their internals on is going to ingest this. However, if they have internals on, you already know smoke and foam bombs don't really work all that well. But if you're unpurposely not spacing things as a Nukie, people aren't going to always have their internals on, which you shouldn't be spacing much anyways in Nukie anymore. Anyway, enough rambling. We're just going to detonate this so you can listen for the beep. So 1, 2, 3, and if you throw it on the 3rd beep, you can basically detonate it on somebody. Well, notice that they are getting shocked in the smoke, and they've already ingested a lethal amount of lead, and they will continue to keep getting shocked with the lick oxide in their system. Lick oxide is RNG whether or not you do get shocked per unit of ingestion. More often than not, they're going to stay stun locked in it, but if they even get stunned once in the smoke cloud, they will ingest a lethal amount of lead, and we've only used a third of our lead for this one grenade, so you can easily make 2 or even 3 if you make a beaker bomb. If you want to make a really cheap option, instead of making the grenade, which can be countered with ingestion, you could actually just decide to put in 5 units of lead, which again is lethal, and then with the remaining 2 units, you could put in packs. So anyone who gets hit by this will lose their combat mode, and they will die over time. It isn't instant. You could still make Lexern or something as a Nukie, which would make Hyper Darts really deadly, but again, that would cost more TC. This is, you get 60 units of lead for free. Hyper Dart's only 2 TC, and if you're doing something like Stealth Ops, that person is going to crit, and they will need actual medical attention to get help. You can't just bandage this back once the lead pops off. And since lead is a slow death, it's not amazing for winning a 1v1 in combat necessarily, but if you're doing stealth ops, it could be good for literally assassinating a security officer without them even being able to know it or report it. Most people aren't going to report directly that a nuke op just hit him with a lead dart. They don't know. People don't expect chemists to be throwing darts if they're trying to metagame the fact that there are hypo darts in the game. In general, without enough rambling, yeah, emag your dispenser if you want to try some off-branded tactics, try something different. I think doing stealth ops with poison darts or just doing poison darts as one of your offensive weapons is a really interesting tactic. Yeah, it's not going to be meta or whatever. It doesn't do enough damage, but with the right plays and right potential, this is extraordinarily deadly. And you can see the person from the smoke grenade died a while ago. So yeah, we're not winning any DPS measures here. Thank you for watching.